So a good dose of truth is what we need. So if I occasionally have speak the truth, then that's about the most I can do. Sure, I help people with meditation. See, I've got a lot of wonderful things to help people, but basically those are all extensions of what? Of of the truth. Now that brings us to the topic of meditation. Most meditations are basically false meditations. I was watching a program the other day, a video. I won't mention any names, but it was a famous meditator, person who teaches meditation all over hospitals, organizations, and everywhere. And he's giving a talk at a very big and very well-known international organization. So they're see, so, which they brought him in to talk to the employees. So he probably makes $50,000 for one day. He's probably there for a day, maybe two, and he gets see, or they have him go to various locations and pay him 80,000 or something for a week. See what I mean? Maybe more, probably more. But there he was. Then he led a meditation, and you know what it was? There was nothing. There was nothing. It was nothing at all. Okay. And there was usual focus on your breathing, on your breath. See. You know. You know what that is? That's hypnotic. See, a true meditation. See. Um, brings you closer to reality, closer to truth. Okay. Now, some people listen to me. You can listen to me, and you get a little close. You know, I tend to wake people up when I talk about men, women, and Adam and Eve, and so on. It wakes you up to see. Yes, that's the truth. Men are failing. Women judge men, so on and so forth. But then people go out in the world, and then they lose it. They become hypnotized. But anyway, see, the hypnosis is the opposite of the true meditative. The true meditative state is aware, unhypnotized, defocused, not caught up in something, not lost in imagination or lost in anything, but standing back, freed from entanglements, freed from entanglements. Okay, but meditation, but hypnosis, it does what? The hypnotist asks you to concentrate. See, to focus. See, as soon as you start focusing on something, you're already obeying it. You're already narrowing the scope of your awareness, of your depth of your field, and you're already partially hypnotized by the very fact that you're obeying what he says. Okay. And then focusing on the breath is hypnotic. See, if you study hypnosis, which I have, okay, one of the techniques that hypnotists use is to automatize something that people naturally do. In other words, a person can naturally reach to get a glass of water, for example. You just reach over there and get the water, and you don't even have to think about it. But the hypnotist will say, well, now what about this and that, and think about this and that. And then the person can get so tongue-tied, or so, what's the expression to use, so self-conscious about it that they start to have a hard time actually doing it. That's why people that have been pressured, see, then sometimes they have a hard time performing because they start focusing on every little thing. So the hypnotist will say, focus on this and think about that. Where's your foot, and why are you doing this, and why are you doing that, and you should do this and you should do that. I remember when I was in college, there was a guy there, a real con man. Oh, he was so clever, and he was so charming. He was he was fun to be around. He was very, very charming, very personable. But he was a con man, and he liked to hustle people and get money from them. But when he would play pool, you know, like there's different pool games. A popular game would be, for example, 9-ball. Nine ball is a game that a lot of people will play for money. Okay. Then while they were playing, then he would say to the other person, well, your stroke should be a little bit longer, and your bridge should be a little bit higher, and your stance, you should be turned a little more to the side, and your see he would get the person, but because he was so clever, he seemed knowledgeable, and then he would get the person so caught up in thinking about different aspects that they would start to mess up and lose their skill. So you get the idea. So between the nothingness of it and between the focusing on the breathing, but you see, the people there were already hypnotized. The very fact that they think he's great, that they think he has something that will make them greater, calmer, wiser, live longer, healthier, that will get rid of their aches and pains, that will make them more productive and help them get promoted. And oh yes, all that is blended in. So you see what I mean? So I'm not going to knock any of it. I'm just saying that it's not the real thing. Okay? But the real thing is not for most people, because most people don't want the truth. But some people do.